Back in January of this year, a large cyclone went through the top of the north of Australia and took out large swathes of infrastructure, including numerous towns and bridges throughout the Kimberley region of WA. It included taking out the one road linking the east coast to the west coast of Australia in the north, basically cut off 4 million people from the east coast of Australia and leaving just one road and one rail line 4,000 kilometres away for people to move into the state. We can't overemphasise the impact that the event had on Australia as a whole, as a nation, in terms of its ability to move freight between the north to the south of Australia, particularly through to the west coast. Fitzroy Crossing is in one of the most remote parts of the world. It's thousands of kilometres to the nearest city, with very little infrastructure or population within thousands of kilometres of the location.
The Fitzroy River normally flows about 10 metres below the bridge deck, and in the wet season the river went over the bridge deck and damaged a fair bit of the infrastructure in town, the abutments leading up to the bridge, the roadways, the road approaches from Broome to Fitzroy. Leading up to the mobilisation of the demolition, meeting with FBA 3 times a week, just ensuring we had plan A, plan B, plan C, as conditions continually change up north. There's always potential for more rainfall, which would increase the water level, which would change our methodology. So having the team and the machinery in place, just in case there was a large event, we had to be ready to mobilise and had to be ready to demolish a structure, whatever the conditions were on site. It all came down to the planning. The bridge deck was severely damaged from where the pier had gone missing in the flood, so it wasn't trafficable. Both sides of the abutments had been washed out with the flood, so it wasn't even approachable with the vehicle. So we had to tackle it from the centre of the bridge first, which is not normally the traditional method we use.
The receding floodwaters were revealing challenges as the water dropped, and that resulted in the causeway being constructed as quickly as possible to enable the work to actually happen.
So the water did drop quite quickly, which assisted with the demolition and the fact that we didn't have to implement as much rock protection and as much soil in the causeway as we initially thought.
One of the biggest challenges we gave the team was to demolish the bridge as quickly as possible to enable the construction of the new bridge to happen immediately behind the demolition.
We got it done extremely quickly. We had a very short time frame where the piling crew were right behind us. So we had to get our bridge segments out of the way, working from west to east to allow them access to start piling for the new construction, as the base course had to be in before the next rain season.
One of the key challenges for the project was the sensitivity of some of the Aboriginal sites, both downstream of the bridge and on the eastern side. The team had to make sure that they treated those Aboriginal heritage sites with respect, of which they did all the way through.
During the demolition, any ground disturbance work that we had to do, we had to notify FBA, who would then engage local elders to monitor any ground disturbance in case we discovered any artefacts or anything of cultural significance.
This is a project that had multiple challenges.
2,500 k's away, middle of nowhere, difficult to get to, especially in the wet season, as we saw with the damaged bridge, but an interesting job.
This bridge has a lot of significance for the local region of the Kimberley. It's an iconic piece of infrastructure. The town's named after it, Fitzroy Crossing, and the reason for the crossing there is its location within the river. It is the main crossing point for all freight going between the north of Australia through to the south. We've been tasked to try and demolish and construct a new bridge in its place within a year, which is unheard of for this location being so remote.
Mainline demolition, we like to focus on challenging projects, and bridges oftentimes are very challenging. If they're over water, they can be over highways, or in this case, they can be damaged. So we enjoy that complexity and the challenges that demolishing a bridge brings.
One of the great outcomes we got from the demolition was the way in which the two teams, both the construction and the demolition teams, came together and undertake the demolition of the bridge quickly, safely, and enabling the construction work to happen straight after the demolition was undertaken.